Hi, James here. Let's talk about how development teams can make good use of Favro's automations. When team members are ready to work on a bug, this usually involves a lot of manual work to move it from the backlog to the workboard and to their own private board in their own collections. Moving all these cards to other boards takes a lot of time that can be saved with automations. So what we want here is for the debug lanes card in the backlog to be added automatically to the product workboard, and we want that to happen when the status changes from to do to ready in the backlog. So we'll go ahead and set this up now. If we go to Options, Automations, Add or Move, when card changes status to Add to Board. Now the status settings are already correct, so we'll go ahead and choose the board that we want to add this to, which is Product Workboard, to Status Selected. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and add an additional automation which will assign myself to the card when it moves. And we'll save that. So what we also want is for when the debug lanes card changes from to do to ready, we want it to be added to my own personal collection so that I can keep track of this in my own place, as well as in the product workboard. So we'll do this the same way. Go to Automations, Add or Move again. When card changes status, Add to Board. The status settings are correct. Still, we'll search for the board, which is my own personal workboard, in To Do, and we may as well go ahead and assign myself again, seeing as it's my own personal collection. And we'll go ahead and save this. So now when the status changes from To Do to Ready, it will actually be added automatically and I'll be assigned to it. And there we go. So we'll just go and check in my personal collection to see if it was added. And there we go. So what about release management integration? When features are deployed to production, they would normally have to be moved by QA or release managers. Well, we want to save time here and ensure the card moves in Favro, so we need an automation. Tasks and stories in this case should move from ready for release to the deployed column in the development team board when a webhook is triggered. So now we'll go ahead and set up this automation. Just go to the Automations menu, Webhooks. When webhook is triggered and when card is in status, to change status. And now you'll see a token and a curl command. So what we need here is the curl command, and we need to incorporate this into the build script. But for now I'll run the curl command in the terminal to make the cards move. And there you have it. Okay, so sometimes we all have tasks and stories that sit around for a little too long. Only things that are imminent should be on the team board. This is easily forgotten and then takes time to clean up if it builds up. So an automation is what we need to do the cleaning up for us. We'll set up an automation to move these cards back to the backlog after 30 days and send a message to the product owner as well, automatically letting them know. So now we'll go ahead and set up the automation. Just go to the Automations menu. After some time, after time with status, now we'll set the number of days to 30, change the status to selected, and we need to change this action to move to board, and now we'll search for the backlog. And we want the status to do. Now, while we're here, we want to send a message to the product owner so they know when the card moves back to the backlog. So we'll finish this message, search for the product owner, save the automation, and there we go. So now, after 30 days, when the cards have been in the selected column, they'll move back automatically to the backlog in status to do. So now the product owner doesn't need to worry about cleaning up the product workboard. Happy days! This has been a few tips and tricks on how to use automations in a development team. Stick around for more automations videos, and good luck with Favro!